Okay, right. This could be a bit ad-libby, a bit ranty, but let's try and dissect this, guys. Hey guys, Sean here, and welcome to the F1 Word and to the massive breaking news. It has broken in the last half an hour at the time of recording this that Sebastian Vettel will not face further sanctions from the FIA following the incident with Lewis Hamilton in Baku. They've basically said in a statement, a dodgy scan statement that's gone up on Twitter, but apparently it is confirmed and it is true, that Sebastian Vettel was invited to a meeting with the FIA. Maurizio Arriva-Bene was there as well, and they have said that Sebastian Vettel extended his sincere apologies to the FIA and the wider motorsport family. He additionally committed to devote personal time over the next 12 months to educational activities across a variety of FIA championships and events, including F2, F3 European, F4, and that's also to be defined by the Stewards Seminar. Due to this incident, the FIA president instructed that no road safety activities should be endorsed by Sebastian Vettel until the end of this year. I wonder why. The FIA notes this commitment, the personal apology made by Sebastian Vettel, and is pledged to make that apology public. The FIA also notes that Scuderia Ferrari is aligned with the values and objectives of the FIA. In light of these developments, FIA President Jean Todt decided that on this occasion, the matter should be closed. Nevertheless, in noting the severity of the offence and its potential negative consequences, FIA President Todt made it clear that should there be any repetition of such behaviour, the matter would immediately be referred to the FIA International Tribunal for further investigation. So in short, what Sebastian Vettel has done he's gone to the FIA with his tail between his legs, bottom lip out, I'd imagine, and gone, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And that has essentially, I'm so sorry for the voice, but that has essentially got him off, really, hasn't it? It's he's got punishment in that he's got to do the Formula 2 and Formula 3 European Championships, etc., etc. But he also gets some nice time off for his penalty as well, because now he doesn't have to get involved in the road safety activities. You know, I'd imagine he's so gutted on that. No word of a fine, which I'm actually quite pleased of, because a fine is a joke in sort of the top end of sport. It's the same with football. Why fine them? You know, we've given Sebastian Vettel a $50,000 fine. Ooh, that'll chip into his wages, won't it? So, yeah, no point in that whatsoever. I'm very, very surprised, though, that there wasn't more. I genuinely do believe, and I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. I try to stay as neutral as I can, you know, but I can't because I've gone very ranty on Lewis Hamilton at times. But I just feel like it would have made more sense to remove him from the result in Baku. It made sense for everybody involved. It made a statement by the FIA made a statement, and they ruled this saying, you know, you do this, you're thrown out the race. That is that. Yes, it undermines the stewards, which I guess was probably part of their concern as well. But even if they're concerned by that, the FIA are the governing body. They overrule the stewards anyway. So I don't know, it doesn't seem enough, but I guess one thing I will say is we can finally shut up about it. We can just draw a line. After this video, I'm going to try not to mention it again. I'm going to draw a line under it, just like the FIA are, and we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, if he does it again, he's going to be in even more trouble. Do I believe in this whole conspiracy going around about he drives a Ferrari, ex-Ferrari president in charge of the FIA? Little bit of me does, I'll be honest. There's a little tiny bit of me that is a bit cynical on it, but at the same time, if there's independent people there as well, maybe that is just the rumour mill and a little bit, you know, tinfoil hat time, which is fine. We like that. It's opinions. That's the great thing about Formula One and everything in the world. It'd be so boring if we all thought the same, wouldn't it? But generally, I seem to think I'm right for some reason, but I'm not always. In fact, I'm not often, to be fair. So where does F1 go from here then? It is a dangerous precedent they've set in some respects. I do kind of get what Martin Brundle and co are saying, you know, when they say it's a slap at 30 miles an hour, it's not at high speed. But to me, it kind of says to people, you've leveled that playing field in a sense now, in that you've said, if you do this, you will get a 10-second stop-go penalty in the race, and you'll get a ticking off and have to do some extra weekends at work, basically, and then you'll get the rest of the year off on road safety. So they've kind of now set the precedent. I mean, would it be different if it was higher speed? Absolutely. I mean, if it's 200 mile an hour, you do that kind of contact is going to take a car out anyway. So, and that is seriously dangerous. So that would be a different scenario. But, you know, we're talking 40, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, fast in a road car, not particularly an F1 car, but where is the line going to be? Where are the FIA going to draw that line and say that's dangerous, that shouldn't be done? It's not the speed of it. It's not what that is, or that's not what this argument's about. The argument is the action itself. It doesn't matter if that's at 300 miles an hour or 3 miles an hour. It's an action. They shouldn't tolerate it. They should have made a proper stand on it and stamped it out. And by a proper stand as well, by the way, here he goes. I do not mean waiting over a week to do something about it. The FIA, whether they've been on holiday or something, I don't bloody know, but they should not be sat there, 8 days after the incident and go, we'll have a meeting now. No, you need to be there. You need to do it. You go back to Brazil last year and the FIA are on the phone saying, we don't like this, stop the race, but they couldn't sort this one out. And it just is absolutely ridiculous. They had all the data. You know, Sky Sports, the BBC, they all had all the data by the end of Sunday. Why could the FIA have not done something for? This has rumbled on too long, and it is classic FIA. And this is where my skepticism is going to come in, and my cynicism. And that is, quite frankly, that they've let this rumble on because of all the publicity it's getting. That is exactly what it is. And it is ridiculous because now it just looks disjointed. You've got the stewards saying one thing, the FIA saying another. In many cases, then they come together on this. It is an inconsistency. I know what I'm trying to get across, but I'm going to ranty on this, but there is that inconsistency, and I don't think waiting 8 days to make a decision. If they weren't going to do this, they could have got Vettel to Paris a lot earlier. You know, he lives in Germany. Well, he doesn't actually, does he? But yeah, but he's from Germany, lives in Switzerland. There is no reason why he couldn't have got to Paris earlier. There's no reason why the FIA couldn't have dealt with it in Baku. They were all there. But no, they've waited. They've let the publicity build. And then they've gone and caused, around, I'd say probably 50% of the community now are going to be pretty annoyed at this. I think everyone will be annoyed at how long it's dragged on. And I think everyone's going to be annoyed that the action wasn't taken sooner. But I just don't see the consistency. In terms of the penalty he's got today, it's not a penalty, but the rollicking he's got, whatever you want to say, he's effectively got the second half of Michael Schumacher's penalty. From 1997. It's the one we all keep referencing, of course. And that is that he's got to do a little bit of work and will be part of road safety. Well, not for the rest of this year, but he will be. And I bet he has to step that up next year as well. Difference, very, very quickly, because he's going on a bit. I don't want to get too ranty in my voice. Is already going because I'm quite annoyed. I'd love to have recorded my reaction when this broke. But yeah, you go back 1997. I think Schumacher got thrown out the championship probably more because he didn't get a penalty in the race, despite losing the championship and retiring, because, of course, the stewards can't award a penalty if he's already out of the race and it's the end of the season. Is part of this the FIA not wanting to get involved in the championship? Yes, I would imagine it is. They don't really want to be seen, they don't really want people going, oh, Hamilton only won the championship because Vettel lost 12 points or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I just hope we get some consistency in the future because, and clarity quicker, much more quickly. We need quick decisions, and it needs to, this is old fashioned. This is old school FIA, and they're on about bringing it into the 21st century and attracting people to the sport, but they just let things rumble on like they do. I'm going to stop because it's really, I can't get my head around it. There may be, I don't really want to talk about it anymore, if I'm being quite frank. It's been dealt with. It's the wrong decision, in my opinion. I think he should have been thrown out of the race. I know another half of the community would say it's the right decision. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It'd be boring if we all thought the same. And that is where I'm going to leave it. The next stop for the F1 circus is, of course, Austria at the weekend. Great track. I love that track. It's going to be interesting to see how Lewis Hamilton will deal with this, because now he knows that if he wants to run into Sebastian Vettel, he'll get a 10-second stop-go penalty and will get a weekend off or two from his road safety activities and just have to nip off and do some F2 and F3. So there you go. It's going to be fascinating to see how they get on track, and hopefully we're going to get some proper word now from Vettel, and he might... It looks like he's held his hands up. That's the other thing that frustrated me, is why he couldn't have just said last weekend or the weekend before, whatever, and gone, yeah, sorry about that, didn't mean to, or I was stupid or something. But he didn't. He denied it. And I think, yeah, without getting back into another rant, we will leave it there. I will. I won't stop. But yeah, on to Austria. Great race weekend. I might do a little preview for it later in the week, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my second video this week. So we'll see how we go. Any big news that comes out from F1, of course, I will cover it on the channel just like this. I'll try and keep it a bit less ranty, but this needed a bit of a bigger video, didn't it, really? But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it got a bit ranty. I've been Sean. This has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.